famous Italian tenor Andrea Bocelli and vocalist. He sold over 90 million albums and had 3 top hits. Records globally. He has been associated with music throughout his career. Nothing else. He sang, people listened, and that ended. But only for unexpected reasons. Bocelli has been making news recently. Andrea Bocelli is suddenly in the news. What's up? Join we examine every detail. Andrea Bocelli, blind genius conquered music. Andrea Bocelli was born September 22, 1958, to Alejandro and Eddie Bocelli. He did not anticipate his life's first complication. Choose. Congenital glaucoma damaged his vision from birth. Doctors encouraged his mother to terminate the pregnancy. She declined. Bocelli said that decision years later. Formed his anti-abortion stance. Not politics for him. It was personal. He was raised on his family's farm in La Sturza, a small Tuscan village near Lajatico. It's a small town 40 miles south of Pisa where life revolved around the land. The Bocellis made wine and sold farm equipment. Andrea grew up with his younger brother Alberto, fields, tools, and rural routines. Nothing from his youth implied global stages or sold-out venues. Early music was instinctual. His mother later recalled that only music calmed him. 6 years old, he began piano lessons. Then curiosity took over. He learned flute, then sax, trumpet, trombone, guitar, drums. Music was keen hobby. He viewed the world that way. A turning point. Oriana, his nanny, gave him a Franco Corelli album. That sound halted him. The thought of being a tenor took hold then. At 7, Bocelli sought to impersonate famous vocalists he recognized. He listened intently, learning tone and phrase to become automatic. At 12, everything changed again. He was hit in the eye by a football. Game, causing irreparable damage. Doctors tried one last time to save his vision using leeches, which now seems fake. Failed and Bocelli was blinded. Blindness did not slow him. He taught himself braille reading and piano playing. Just as, however, he refused to give up his lifelong physical passions. Continued cycling. He kept riding horses. He remembered himself as bold, drawn to risk, and unaffected by his lost sight. He praised speed, independence, and refused to be stopped. Sheltered. Solo riding, pushing limits, free. That spirit persisted. Him. He kept singing. Bocelli performed anytime he could as a child. A hamlet near his home hosted his first concert. At 14, he won first song competition at Vario's Margarita d'Oro with O Solo Mode. It was a quiet but crucial win. It validated his profound feelings. Down. Bocelli chose practicality over music's rising appeal. He graduated from high school in 1980 and attended Pisa University. Study law. He sang piano bar evenings to support himself. Those little, dimly lighted rooms paid his bills, honed his voice, and quietly built his trust. It was there in 1987 that he met Enrica, who became his first wife. After graduating, he was a court-appointed lawyer for a year. Lawyer. On paper, his life was secure and predictable. But the music never let go. It patiently waited, knowing he would come. Would hear. When he did, everything changed. Musical success for Andrea Bocelli. 1992 marked Bocelli's turning point. It was quiet. Like many of his life's turning points, the recording was for someone else. Zucchero, Italian rock singer, was recording a demo for Mazzari and wanted a tenor. Bocelli subtly replaced Luciano Pavarotti in the recording. When everyone was shocked by Pavarotti's tape answer. Instead of intervening, he advised Zucchero to retain unknown vocalist. He also demanded Bocelli record the tune. Decision modified. The no plan could have guided Bocelli's life. When Miser was after release, it traveled across Europe easily. It sounded natural. It seemed genuine. In. Bocelli toured Europe with Zucchero in 1993, retaining that quality. He was visible on those stages. Night after night, audiences saw him sing Nessun alone after the duet Dorma. The reaction was swift and clear. Nothing new here. Voice. This was presence. Around this time, Caterina Caselli heard Bocelli sing during Zucchero's birthday celebration. Nearly informal, the setting accidental. Impact wasn't. Bocelli joined Sugar shortly after. Milan's music grounded his career. In December, he was on compete as newbies at Sanremo Music Festival. He performed Miser and scored the highest ever. Section. He entered another universe days later, changing his life. First classical performance in Teatro Rollo Valley, Reggio Emilia. As the shift was seamless, as if he always belonged. Early 1994, Bocelli returned to Sanremo in the main event, singing Il Are Colmo di Essere Triumphed again, setting a record. Song was his foundation. First album, released April. It reached the Italian top within weeks. 10 achieved platinum status. Success came soon but did not feel good. Rushed. Steps appeared to flow naturally. That same Bocelli expanded his fanbase by touring with Gerardina Trovato last year. While maintaining his identity. September saw him with Pavarotti. Modina's yearly Pavarotti International Charity Concert. He and the man sang Mattinata together, who originally believed in him. Soon after his opera debut as Macduff Verdi's Pisa Teatro Verdi MacBTH. Around this time, something changed internally. Previously agnostic Bocelli discovered himself attracted back to Catholicism. His exposure to Leo Tolstoy's writings helped. Lucidity, not certainty. That return was evident in his performance, Adeste Fidele, before Pope John Paul II at St. Peter's Basilica. Not a statement. Simply reflecting his position. The following year, a modest moment occurred. Bocelli returned to Sanremo 1995 with a song, Conti Partiro. He placed fourth. No award, no news. Yet the song persisted. Beyond the festival, Italy, and into unexpected locations. His second album was released later that year. It became Belgium's best-selling single. History. Vecchio Italiano, Bocelli's 1996 effort, fully leaning to his classical roots. One chance moment started another that year. Chain reaction. Soprano Sarah Brightman heard Conti Partiro play. During a restaurant meal. She quickly sought him. Together, they altered the song into a duet called Time to Say Goodbye. Recorded with London's Symphony Orchestra, it marked boxer Henry's goodbye mask. Unheard of happened next. It debuted at number 1. Remained on German charts for 14 weeks. Sales reached millions. The record went beyond statistics. This extended Bocelli's reach beyond any one market or genre. He evolved from an Italian crossover vocalist. Appeal. He spoke globally. Momentum persisted, but controlled. Bocelli translated Vivo Pearl into several languages. Natural rather than trend following. In France, J. Purel and Helen Segar's song topped the charts. Every collaboration felt grounded, chosen for connection over exposure. In 1997, Bocelli was playing throughout Europe, including open-air concerts in Germany. His Pisa concert in Piazza dei Cavalieri, later a Tuscany night. It was on PBS. His first appearance on American television. He wasn't sold by his performance. Spectacle. It let spectators into his universe. Recognition followed, but never guided him. Awards arrived silently, within an already hectic schedule. After returning to Italy, he sung in the International Eucharistic Congress in Bologna and performed Vatican City charity concert for World Hunger. These appearances carried weight, not by attendance but by their values. In 1998, Bocelli played Rodolfo in one of opera's most difficult parts, La Bohème. No crossover experiment was planned for the performance. It was. A singer took the task seriously and restrainedly. His album Aria followed. Immediately after, reaffirming his opera commitment. In the same year, performed his first U.S. concert at the Kennedy Center, visiting the White House and winning worldwide honors without changing tone. He played Labo Rodolfo. He created opera-focused albums. At the he was comfortable with pop performers and orchestras, never apologies for both career sides. The early 2000s brought personal public recognition and loss. Recording religious music and touring worldwide, worked on patients and focus demanding tasks frequently. Then his father died in early 2000, Bocelli dedicated shows to him. Despite its size, a Statue of Liberty concert seemed personal. In the finale encore, he sang Sono deliberately. Years that follows were consistent. Bocelli switched opera venues, unapologetic stadia. He released whole operas. Returned to Verdi and collaborated with genre-spanning artists. His voice grew. His choices narrowed. He appeared more concerned with depth than range. Later, Bocelli established a global presence rather than a fixture seeking relevance. He sung in international events, returned to familiar stages, and gradually exposed his children to music. Family-driven partnerships felt natural. Global silence fell in 2020, Italy shut down, churches closed, streets empty. Easter Sunday, Bocelli sang alone in Milan's cathedral. No one filled the pews. No, the last note was applauded. Home viewers numbered millions. The act resonated not because refined, but because it captured the scene properly. In the years, Bocelli has kept time with music since. His albums built on faith and reflection. He has performed at royal and national events. Commemorations and milestones. He returned in 2024. La Hatico's 30th anniversary concerts. The performances spanned decades and genres. The middle, however, remains unaltered. Bocelli has never chased noise. He has allowed music to flow naturally, trusting the perfect moments to find the perfect voice. Andrea Bocelli's issues. Andrea Bocelli has maintained a rare global fame for most of his career. Name mainly free of scandal. He had his share of scandal. When moments were fleeting, complex, and often determined by public opinion. Reaction rather than his actions. First real brush in 2016 during a political climate that discouraged neutrality. As Trump prepared, rumors began spreading about his inauguration as U.S. president. That Bocelli would perform at the wedding. Online reaction was quick. Fans pushed back hard. Criticism, dissatisfaction, and demands on social media not buying his songs. Quickly rising pressure turned a possible performance into a public value test. Trump was having trouble booking big names. For the occasion. Many artists feared associated with a divided presidency. Audiences. Bocelli became caught in that tension. He could choose or not. Reports say Trump approached Bocelli personally following a performance at Madison Square Garden, inviting him to the inauguration. Sources near the situation said Trump has long admired Bocelli, remarking that Trump's Mar-a-Lago home hosted the musician before. An invitation on its surface showed familiarity, not ideology. But the outcry was swift. Fans thought performing at the inauguration would show support. Even if not meant. The boycott hashtag spread. Conversation turned from anticipation to hostility within days. Bocelli reportedly retreated. Anonymous source: he declined because he was overwhelmed by the reaction and the heat. Invitation. Another account claimed Trump advised Bocelli to stop. Worry that the singer's audience relationship might suffer. Regardless, the result was identical. Bocelli didn't perform. What stood out wasn't anger. No defiance from Bocelli. His public speech was limited. The moment passed, reminding us that stillness can protect us. Controversy subsided. Rapidly because Bocelli didn't feed it, not because it lacked intensity. After 3 years, his name surfaced again. A more sensitive conversation this time. In 2019, claims of sexual misconduct against Spanish opera singer Placido Domingo by 20+ women. The claims described a pattern. Inappropriate behavior for decades. The impact was immediate. Domingo withdrew from U.S. performances and resigned as LA opera director. Institutions retreated. Real-time reputation assessments. But picked an interview. With AP. He defended Domingo, not by denying seriousness of the claims, but by questioning moral judgment. Applied. Bocelli expressed shock at what happened to a fellow artist he admired through a translator. He said he felt worried for Domingo and himself. Industry peers. He instilled horror beyond opera. The idea that an accusation can kill a career overnight without a legal resolution. Disturbed him. Suppose someone accused him of misbehavior years ago, he thought. Doors, stages, and alliances go instantly. Dissolving. That possibility seemed ludicrous to Bocelli. He clearly distinguished between morality and art. Unless Domingo was convicted, the allegation should not affect his creative status, he stated. If Ahe changed his morality after conviction, his artistic judgment continued to be distinct. He asserted that artists with poor personal lives have had lasting impact on their work. In his opinion, moral judgment belongs in courts and conscience. He stated art lived elsewhere. Response was mixed. Several found his remarks calm and philosophical. Some thought they downplayed the voices of those who spoke up. It was crucial that Bocelli did not portray himself as a victim or provocateur. Although he knew the position would not please everyone, he spoke clearly. With no new legal findings, European institutions like the Salzburg Festival continued to collaborate with Domingo. The gap between public opinion and institutional response grew, and Bocelli's comments contributed to the discussion of power, accountability, and legacy. Restraint shines out in both cases. Not dispute, Bocelli did not capitalize on indignation. He maintained his image, lacking posture. He retreated as pressure increased and spoke when quiet appeared to indicate agreement with something he did not entirely support. His public life has been stable thanks to this strategy. His name is occasionally mentioned in the media, although rarely for wrongdoing or turmoil. Instead, it emerges when the world tries to situate him in debates beyond music. Most consider him an artist who has achieved renown without scandal. When controversy passes him by, it reflects the moment rather than the individual. This clarity, patience, and focus molded both his career and personal life. As he handled public pressures calmly, he also handled personal concerns with care. Andrea Bocelli and Veronica's love began with a song. Andrea Bocelli and his wife Veronica Berti Bocelli realized the importance of maintaining a strong relationship. Their narrative started unintentionally. It started by happenstance. Andrea was married to Enria Cenzati before marrying Veronica. He married in June 1992 and had two boys, Amos in 1995 and Matteo in 1997, after meeting while singing in piano bars early in his career. The couple divorced in 2002. Bocelli stayed involved in their lives, keeping his boys close. Andrea first met Veronica during a 2002 rainy evening party. She was 18 and didn't plan to go. Though circumstances led her to an empty room, she sat beside a piano and filled the emptiness with her voice. Listening to her singing stopped O'Kelly in his tracks. A friend was invited to join him, and talk flowed well when they met. Talking about music and life led to an immediate bond. Andrea was drawn to her appearance and voice, and their link was so strong that they moved in together that night. Andrea explained that their 25-year age gap was not a barrier, as it was normal in his family and frequently simplified relationships. Before tying the knot in 2014, the couple spent over a decade cultivating their relationship. After years of calling each other friends, Veronica found marriage weird and conventional, whereas wife held permanence and significance. Their relationship strengthened following the birth of their daughter, Virginia, in 2012. Her musical upbringing included performing with her father and older brother, Matteo, on the holiday record of Family Christmas. Virginia praised her father with training her vocal technique, shaping her early musical development. Andrea praised Virginia's lovely voice, and the family shared musical moments, mixing ordinary living with artistic collaboration. Andrea and Veronica married in a small ceremony in Montenero Sanctuary in Lavoro, Italy, on Virginia's second birthday in March 2014. The event was small, with only close friends and family attending. Andrea opted for a blue Cornellani suit, while Veronica donned a white silk gown by Mano Servino with flowing curls. The wedding reflected their simple lifestyle. Intentional and generous. Music remains crucial to their relationship. The couple collaborated on duets including Something Stupid in Italian and Cheek Toast Cheek, bringing harmony to their personal and professional lives. In Andrea's 2024 Christmas special, Christmas with Andrea Bocelli and Friends, Veronica and Virginia performed as a family, highlighting their devotion to music and each other. Andrea has discussed the factors that make their partnership last beyond the stage. He highlighted the importance of chemistry, mutual understanding, and harmony. Physical connection is crucial, he feels. A relationship thrives when intimacy reveals beauty, intrigue, and vitality. Without it, love may become ordinary or static. These ideals drive their life together as partners and a family. Villa Almamare, their Tuscan house, exemplifies this concept. Andrea acquired the pink beachfront estate in the late 1990s and renovated it from a hotel. He envisioned a spacious, attractive place for living, working, music, and entertaining. Each floor has a specific function, such as entertaining visitors, hosting a music studio, and the top floor for private family use. Andrea seeks comfort and joy in these walls, experiencing the best vacations with loved ones and close friends. Veronica's role goes beyond mother and lover. In addition to managing Andrea's career, she serves as vice chair of the Andrea Bocelli Foundation and produces his live specials and documentaries, such as The Journey. She helped him through performances, tours, and projects, providing practical and emotional assistance. In 2023, Andrea Bocelli's music special, Journey, had the pair touring through Italy on horseback and sharing their lives with fans. Stops on their voyage included performing with singers including Tori Kelly and Torrin Wells. Andrea's urge to explore without restrictions led to the creation of The Journey during the COVID-19 epidemic. Veronica, a novice writer, accepted the challenge. Andrea defines her relationship with Veronica by shared intention, not habit. Their relationship flourishes due to their intentional choice to stay invested in each other, balancing personal independence with devotion. The family remains close, with each member contributing to musical and daily life. Their long-standing relationship is based on trust, passion, and a common love of music. After meeting in a quiet room, Andrea and Veronica's relationship is a testament to patience, dedication, and love built intentionally over decades. From their first meeting to marriage, children, and artistic cooperation, their choices demonstrate a shared sense of connection, trust, and the joy of constructing life together. Family, music, and partnership are their priorities. This is a monument to a love that has grown and expanded over time. Although Andrea appreciates private moments, he remains active on the global stage and shows no signs of slowing down. Recently, Andrea Bocelli has made headlines. Andrea Bocelli, 67, returns to the spotlight on a major sports platform. The 2026 FIFA World Cup final draw will be hosted by the Italian tenor on December 5 at the John F. Kennedy Center for the Performing Arts in Washington, D.C. Bocelli will perform alongside Nicole Scherzinger, Robbie Williams, and Village People, with Heidi Klum, Kevin Hart, and Danny Ramirez serving as co-hosts. Bocelli finds the event a natural match. He has performed at major events, including the Celebrate Africa performance in Johannesburg days before the 2010 World Cup final. Known and appreciated worldwide, his voice transforms any performance into an intimate and profound experience. The final draw concerns more than simply music. Group stage matchups for the inaugural 48-team World Cup will be revealed, with the United States as host and Canada and Mexico as co-hosts. Former England captain Rio Ferdinand will draw with award-winning broadcaster Samantha Johnson, assisted by sports icons Tom Brady, Shaquille O'Neal, Wayne Gretzky, and Aaron Judge. Eli Manning hosts Red Carpet. Belly's presence stands out among worldwide stars due to her decades of experience on the world's most prominent stages. Belly's career relies on consistency and artistry. He has sold over 75 million copies of his 15 studio albums globally and played at renowned locations such as the Vatican and Madison Square Garden. His predicted $100 million net worth in 2025 comes from albums, tours, opera performances, streaming events, and commercial partnerships. His uniqueness is in his ability to create a shared experience and command attention without shouting, rather than just relying on numbers. Bocelli's relevance transcends generations and genres, as supporters await the final draw. From opera stages to worldwide gatherings, his voice exudes authority and peace, transforming moments into timeless memories. On the FIFA World Cup platform, he will demonstrate his exceptional ability once again. Expect a show that combines music, sports, and universal emotions. Your opinions on Andrea Bocelli's impending FIFA draw performance? Share in the comments. Do not forget to like, share, and subscribe. Also, click the next video you'll like.